Jeez Louise. Okay, that's going. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Switch over to this and that, and then activate that. Pause. Start. Get a cool thumbnail situation happening slightly. Sure, we'll do that. It's not a very cool look, but it is what it is. Okay. We'll do this. Increase the focus by a lot. Or no, not the range. God damn it, I meant the intensity. God, intensity takes forever to click up. There we go. And lastly, we'll tilt the camera just a little bit to the left, and then we'll do one of these. Alrighty, and we'll do this. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hiya. Nub says, have you been keeping up with the trial? Best Johnny series I've ever watched. Sad it's only one season. Dude, who hasn't been just getting a little bit of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard nightmare hell? That is, dude, it is amazing to me, Nub, how like so many people have such a, like so many people that I would determine to be very like tempered and very measured people, who like are very careful about talking about certain things, are just like, fuck this bitch. Straight up have no fucking chill. They're just like, I hate her, I want her to I'm not gonna go that far, but essentially people be really angry, and for rightfully so, of course. This is, I'm not on the Amber Heard crazy camp, but she has absolutely seems, well, everyone seems dysfunctional, frankly, but I will say that was that's something that surprised me from the whole thing. Granted, I don't know, man. I'm Team Johnny Depp. At the same time, a part of me, like, I do think there's a good bit of validity to I'm not even sure if you'd call them like problems, because I think there's some validity to Johnny Depp being like loving some drugs. You know what I mean? Really liking some drugs. Being quite eccentric in that regard. But I don't think people have a tendency to have a problem with that, usually. As long as it doesn't like bleed over into other things, you know, violence with your partner or something. You know, it's kind of like a self-emulated kind of like, people can skydive. A lot of people offset certain things. Nub says he has never denied. Yeah, see, that's also the thing, I think. As much as, that to me was the one thing that everyone was saying on like uniformly, is it's like this weird, how do I put it? It's like a complete obvious person comes forward with evidence of like, I didn't do the thing that I was accused of saying. And then like their defense is, yeah, but this guy's a piece of shit. Or like, this guy's an asshole. And it's like, what? You were accusing someone as being an abuser. And then someone's just like, well, yeah, but he also like, you know, he liked like cocaine a lot. And you're like, what does this have to do with your initial statement, my guy? Like it just seems very weird. But also it is like freakish that everybody is watching this, you know? I watch recaps. Personally, Aussie Man, enjoy his recaps. I also enjoy the meme content. Also, it is just undeniable, the meme real estate. Also, it is surprising that something like works out in this way. Sorry, we're talking about this. Nub fucking ignited me. Now we're talking about it. But I've been hearing this on like certain like meme format sites, etc. And also this is like old news. Like the fact that Johnny Depp was wrongfully accused, when Amber is literally like these tapes of her saying horrible shit has been out there like almost 2 months after the horrible thing happened. So it's like this is kind of old news for some people who are like, I like Johnny Depp a lot. All right, he's kind of I like the Pirates. He's charismatic. I don't know. Maybe I'm susceptible to it. I was sad when I seen him like whip a bottle or something across the room. Some bullshit. Him lash out or scream. You know, you don't like to hear people that you otherwise consider to be nice, kind of like drunk and screaming. Not an ideal look. But then there was so much other crap that came with it. That's like, okay, now we're talking about a person who had like kind of a crazy night and like a kind of a excessive, you know, addiction habit, turning into a person who's like a monster beating the shit out of the person he's supposed to love. And yeah, so this has been a little bit old news. But anyways, I was gonna say that in like meme content, I'm sure you guys have seen. Some of you guys watch, you know, guys are on Reddit, 9gag, we're all these kinds of things. But there's always been like a fucking ferocious like defense for him in regard to like the false allegations, because she is like obviously the only argument is that both of them are fucked up and hurting each other, like physically, like punching each other or something. But there's not arguably that she's the one also doing. She fucking like severed off his finger. There's like no debate about that, really. There's no debate about like all this other shit. So it's like it's just like the fucking shit show is turned into a false accuse, seemingly. I don't want to be too liberal with what I'm saying, but a false accusation that is then very evidently disproven to at least be like, it's not just him, it's at least both y'all throwing down, whipping bottles, punching each other in the face. Both are fucked. But that wasn't how the original argument started. It started off as like, this guy is the individual doing the horrible things and I'm the victim, and then clearly it was like, no. So then that makes the whole argument like seem false. And then of course you go and see the whole trial that we're all watching, and Johnny Depp like somewhat saying is that he's not denying his quote unquote faults. And that's when it comes to drug abuse and things like that, which I think a lot of people have like charisma people who I'm always watching because I think they're fun and entertaining to like. I like deconstructing people's charm, I guess. But they talk about how like it's something about like someone being like, yeah, I'm not denying that I've had this past or I have these proclivities. It's just I'm not this, and this is what I'm like. I absolutely am not okay with being. Also, it's so fucking hilarious to me that like Jason Momoa and like so many other third parties are getting pulled into the like shit show. Like Jason Momoa apparently didn't like hanging out with her, but also she seems like a person, like if you look at all of her past relationships, like that she keeps pulling people from trials. She pulled a lot of like ex-friends, but like they were like friends a year ago or like 2 years ago. Like there's something about her at the end of the day that she's like, why do people not want to be my friend anymore? But also, to me, I'm on the team of like treat people kindly and don't fucking hurt people across the board. You know what I mean? That's obvious. But at the same time, I do understand that like, well, actually, I don't understand that. Yeah, people are like in this weird camp, which is like a back and forth thing where like, what do you call it? Fucking Amber Heard. How do I put it? Amber Heard is basically, I don't know how to put it. I didn't even know what I was about to say. I don't know how to put it. But, that's what people are saying. People are saying that, like, well, like, any offense to Amber Heard's claims of abuse is, like, reductive to other abusers. And it's like, what? If anything, that's the opposite, you know? And then, of course, that people debate that enough to where actually, honestly, the, like, general consensus for once is, like, very heartwarming to me, where it's like, yeah, you know, people can be, it's always been madness to me, man, that, like, people think that human beings' strength and human beings' ability to influence you by power is only through physical force alone. Human beings have never measured each other based on physical force. It's like how much you can manipulate your social environment, how much you can set a trap and like fuck people up. How good are you at using a tool to devastate somebody? If it was only a measurement based on your survival through physical means, we would be adapted to be fucking yoked and stupid, you know? So to me, it's a crazy, like, people still are in this weird debate of like, well, and it's weird because you see this within a lot of people, at least the debates that I kind of see within comment sections, within general consensus. When I see people talk about it, they say that like, oh, men can be, being abused essentially. And I can tell, and maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty good about stuff like this. I can tell that there's something there to where like they're saying it because they know that that's what is either the right thing to say or what the other people want to hear, but they're saying it in such a way that it almost feels like they're biting their tongue about whatever else it is, almost as like a passive, like, well, you know, like if they wanted to make it stop, they could, but it's like we live in a world with handcuffs, a fucking like a taser, a fucking mace. we also have sleep eventually. So like it's not unheard of that someone could tie you up or some horrible shit or hold a machete to your throat. Like that's another thing. That was something that happened a while ago in terms of like males being able to experience an abuse where they're like a lady, his ex-girlfriend had like a machete to his throat and like raped him essentially. Horrible. But at the same time, the machete doesn't need to be necessary. Fucking mace someone, punch someone in the throat. Like people are crazy thinking that like physical strength is the only metric that can determine somebody's ability to access abuse or like to do other things like that. I think you guys don't think that way, but that's what I kind of get the sense of for like anybody who has that slight proclivity. In the same way that I think like people think that men like it's not the same if like a tiny child like bangs a teacher, essentially. It's like horribly fucked up and disgusting, but so many people are like, yeah, but like, you know, it's different for dudes. And I'm like, no, it's not different for dudes. Like, it's someone enacting their power over you in a way, dude. It's like saying, and then people are like, oh, but the kid could like get away. I've heard horrible arguments for people who are like trying to justify their shitty take on that kind of thing. Like, males can't be the abused, so to speak. And then you see, this is always my first counterpoint, is how many old preacher kind of people in the Catholic Church are like flimsy old men that anybody could topple over, and yet they still get these choir boys to do horrible things to these poor people, poor children, and it's madness. People, again, my like baseline moral foundation a lot of the times is equality, essentially. So like, if I don't like it happening to a woman, I'm not gonna like it happening to a dude. So, like, in the past, I've had a sense that, like, oh, I don't like when men hit women. And then later I realized, well, if a woman's coming at you with a fucking machete, survive, my guy. Throat punch somebody. Throat punch another human being to survive. Okay? Or do something crazy to survive. Okay? Same thing with, what was it called? There was another weird proclivity that I had, which was more of, like, something against dudes. Oh, a little bit in that regard. Like, you know, the whole, like, what do you call it? Like, as a kid, you're a horny teenager, like, oh my god, wouldn't that be great? And you're like, this is a stupid fantasy, you moron. Like, yeah, anyways. Anyway, let's get into the build. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit too real for me, honestly. But the trial thing's going on. Hope Johnny comes out on top. It'll be fucking I think there'd be like riots if it doesn't go his way, because it's fucking blatant at this point. But you know, anyways, you know, controversial, not really controversial take, although it kind of is given the like circumstance and circles you're in, because I do feel like it's people like play really careful in this way, and like I hear a lot of people concede and they say like, well, I think both of them are equally wrong, and I'm like, what? No, you could say that maybe like drug abuse can have like various reverb, and you seeing a loved one go through this can be horrible. Doesn't mean that they therefore did these things to you, or there's any evidence for them doing those things for you. But that's a take. But it's not to the, like, she split his finger open, took a shit on his bed. That one's kind of hilarious. But all that shit. Also, she like 100% admits to fucking him up a lot of the time, punching him, slapping him, shit like that. Fuck that. Also, what do you call it? They did a really good job about like setting up Johnny Depp's defense, because like they specifically talked about his childhood and how like his mother was this way, and how in his way he has to kind of protect her or something. Like, why did he stay? This kind of is a connection you could make of like, okay, well, he stays with people who are toxic because that's what he's used to as when he grew up as a child, which is honestly most of our fucked up weird mental things are like bullshit from our childhood. It's shocking. I think there's like 50 books written on stuff like that, where like things you experienced as a child will forever be fucking with you for the entirety of your life, and they will make you all kinds of ways, you know? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be messing with whirlwinds, spinny tornado things. We're going to see if it is even remotely possible to build them and make them good. Now, granted, look how fast that goes away, by the way. It's like 8 seconds it's up for. Pain, suffering, all that. But we are going to try to, so this is my old build. We can reset it and use it if we want. But I really want to try to see if we can make Tornado good, because I think that's much more a funner version of the build that we kind of made. Also, I got a couple of goodies that should make this possible. Not easy, but possible. Let me catch up on chat, because I was ranting for a while. Lone Syndicate says, what's up, Grin? What's up, Lone Syndicate? How are you? I don't care for it till like week 17 is when it became insane and blew up. I am in the camp of being very angry. Yeah, man. A lot of people in the very angry camp. And I don't disagree with the anger, by the way. Yeah, but I think that's my problem, is that like I was angry a long time ago. Like I remember when I first seen the like footage that shows Johnny Depp seriously taking the accusation seriously about their like splitting up. And then Amber Heard like rolling her eyes saying like fucking dumb bullshit, and like kind of having a fun go of it, while Johnny's sitting there like, I got my finger sliced off. This is not a good time, man. And that's when I was like, this is bullshit. Also, I genuinely went through the roller coaster. I think a lot of us did, where you seen some like anti Johnny Depp like etc. And there was I think a clip going around that I first seen that kind of gave me a little bit of validity to like when he's drunk he kind of can get belligerent, just as kind of anybody can. But yeah, I think he like threw a wine bottle and was like screaming. You don't like hearing anybody who usually see as like a fun, jovial, quiet person just like fully screaming. It's not a good look. But regardless, after seeing that, I kind of thought, oh man, John, like that guy's like one of the heroes out there. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me, but I always liked the charm of Jack Sparrow and all that shit. I kind of grew up on the movies. And then, you're kind of like, this sucks. Well, I guess people aren't perfect, is what it is. And then you see no, she's a monster. She's a piece of shit, nightmare hell. And then you just see him getting railed by like not getting parts and stuff like that. And that's kind of the ebb and flow of how I've been. So I've already been pissed, essentially. No. Lone Syndicate says, guess what I started watching? Hit me with it. If it's King Rankers, tell me you cried. If it's not, then never mind. But no, tell me. Fluff says that's never been up for debate. He's had a long history of drug use. Yeah, no, it's not that. My thing is more that I understand the proclivity of because I don't think I said that he never admitted to not having drug use. My thing was that like that's an area of abuse in a sense that I could see being not abusive, but like that's something that I think could lead to belligerence. And someone saying some hateful shit, and that's even proven within text. That's the one thing that I think she did have, is where he admitted to like lashing out essentially, and like writing in her makeup on the mirror some crazy stuff, which arguably could be valid considering he's being abused, etc. So it's not to say that, but yeah. What's good, Zero? Zero says, yo, it's my boy. What's good, Zero? Johnny is an alcoholic and aggressive, but he has never been violent from what I've... Yeah, no, that seems to be the consensus. None of his past partners or anything has said that he's ever, like, been violent. I could personally, I could see him, like, in a drunken stupor, like, not whipping a bottle at somebody, but, like, throwing a bottle near somebody or something. I think that's actually what happened. I don't think he threw it near her. I think he threw it at a wall, kind of as, like, when a person punches a wall. Same thing his dad did, like, punching a wall instead of hurting your partner, to express, the kind of torture, I guess, of a person like ripping you up ripping you to shreds, essentially, verbally. But yes, let's respec our character and see if we can make this happen. So we're gonna go first. We're gonna try this, boys. We are gonna try how do I reset again? Reset kills the other. This. Okay. So we are going to try this. We are gonna try to invest. We have Spore Warden. We're gonna try Berserker first. I think Berserker's going to be stronger, so maybe we shouldn't try this one first, but we're going to get this. And I think we have to go deep into Berserker to get the reset for our action skill. It's only 20%, but maybe that'll be enough. Who knows? When he has seen any amount of resistance, his reactions is to run away because he dislikes conflict and confrontation. Yeah. No, I agree with that, yeah. I think maybe there could be an exception with alcohol. But that could be this. I don't know that. I could see, because there's moments where like he came back, if you watch the interviews, one of them was his like bodyguard kept having to like tell him to like stop going back into the house to argue with her, and he had to literally kind of pull him out. And I could see. I think he was he drank a little bit that day, so I could see that being the thing that offsets him in that way. Yeah, but otherwise, I would agree. He seems like he's clearly doesn't want to be around people or conflict, etc. The most you can call him is a cow. I don't think I would say that. I would just say he has an addictive personality. Addictive, even like to an extent in which it could be a disorder. Like it seems like he clings to people, and also people that are maybe destructive. He seems to also do. I think he's a big fan of Terrence McKenna, who's like chaos incarnate. So I think he's just addicted to that kind of like disorder, and it makes sense if that's what he thinks is normal given his upbringing, essentially, you know. When I heard he chased after him for like 5 rooms, it's insane to me. Every time he tried to hide, she chased. Yeah, no, she definitely seems like she again the lady who made a good argument for like her compulsive. What is it called? The disorder, that bipolar disorder. Apparently, even Nick Cage just likes working with her, and Nick Cage does literally, yeah. Well, yeah, but also to me, Nick Cage seems like an oddball. I feel like he like crazy a little bit, but I do think that one guy, what's his name? The guy, the fucking Poseidon guy, whatever his name is, him. I think he seems like, whenever I see him in an interview, he's just like a bro dude, love bug kind of nonsense. So to have her be like, fuck you, kind of is kind of telling, I think, you know? Ashley says, my booty is here, and if Amber is found guilty of the things that would be the best, dude, I hope so. I think at this point, is like, people are like there's certain, that there's that like, that frequency of tingling in the back of our heads that I think we've gotten conditioned to feel these last couple years, when it's like, ooh, riot is coming if things don't work out. And I don't like the fact that I've developed this tingly feeling when it's like, ooh, no, if this goes away, people are gonna start throwing bricks in stores. It's not gonna be good. So you know, every time he tries to hide, she chases him. Remember that. Also, Kenob tomorrow 2 episodes. What's Kenob? Isn't Mob Psycho? That's not what you mean, right? It can't be Mob Psycho's out, right? Tomorrow? What? Also, Johnny's lawyer is the best. Just wrecked Amber and New Hole, and she didn't even know she. Well, man, that was the thing that blew me away. Also, is that like apparently our legal system is just like, there's always hearsay, and I kind of get it. It makes some sense why the rule kind of exists there, so people can't like paint a weird narrative. But at the same time, it is the most frustrating thing when they're like, no, and it sucks because like, I get it. If this person's using this thing and you lose and you didn't, you're like, fuck me, I guess I should have used it, you know? But golly, it's frustrating to watch. You're just like, can we just talk, man? I just want to hear what the fuck's happening, even if it's a lie. Big fucking Christ, you know? Lone Syndicate says, no, Grin, I started watching The Realist Hero episode 9, and I just loving it. Like, I'm at the part where they are about to go to the war. Well, I was about to say, like, you started watching the new season? Watching the new season, or like, I assume you mean new season. If you don't mean new season, you gotta tell me that, because holy shit, I'm about to come for you, Lone Syndicate. I'm not gonna fuck you up. Okay, can't watch that show already. It's a great show. But how do you feel, if you are watching season 2, how do you feel about the new voice actor change? Or are you not watching the dub? Yeah. Because my brother says 2 things. He says, weird that the voice actor for Naofumi was just so fucking good. So it's like, as much as I get it, it's like, I'm sorry, but you have cancer. It's the worst. It's horrible. But he also said that the weird like pacing of season 2, it's like they lost a lot of shit. Like they just cut out fucking what seems like a whole season of content, which I'm not a fan of. I like when, again, I'm like when shows take their time. I also think potentially Rancor of Kings, or Rancor of Kings, I think is what it's called, might be the best anime ever made. So yeah, I'll make a video about it. Holy fuck, dude. It has like the Game of Thrones like crazy plot lines of like thousands of things going on, but you understand all of them. Season 1 and 2 and 3, not 4 and 5. Anyways, so crazy plot lines happening and just sequencing perfectly. Also, the amount that one of the things that it does, I got shut up because I already made a video about it, talking about it today. But one of the things it does is it talks about the idea of like friendship is power. You know, this idea in anime. We're not playing video games today, I guess. Sorry, we'll get it eventually, but it talks about this. There's constantly this theme within like certain shows where it's like, friendship will save us all. Love is the answer. Oh, you genocided 5,000 people, million country, worlds, whatever. Fucking, you forgive yourself and everybody. It's love, and then it's just whitewash. It's horrible. I hate it. It is what it is. This show does that, but it makes it work. Like work so well. Like, one of the things is it does, like, the horrible stepmother kind of, like, angle. Like, the stepmother is the worst kind of thing, because it's, like, a fantasy show. It's literally, like, it seems like it's an homage to all fantasy tropes within, like, Disney and all these things, like Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, Princess, Cinderella, evil stepmother, king, contract with, like, a monster to give power, these kinds of things. So it's all of those things interweave. That's why I say it has, like, so many plot threads going on. But Rancor of Kings does this thing with the like the stepmom that's like this like evil stepmother. I'm gonna fucking I'm mean, I'm cruel, but you end up loving the shit out of her as the story unfolds. And it's just beautiful. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it because I got so many things to say, and I genuinely, like, as much as I understand that, like, my top 3 favorite anime of all time are my favorite, like, I think I like them because of me and what I like. This, I genuinely think, might be the best show ever made in terms of anime. Even, honestly, in other things. I might be overhyping it a lot, but I was so surprised at how incredible the show is. In terms of, like, a narrative point, in terms of, like, a character development point, in terms of, like, a wholesome point, in terms of anything that you can kind of base a show around. Art style, music, storytelling, understanding of characters, conflict, darkness, light. Like, the show gets fucking dark, by the way, at some points. You might think it's like, oh, it's a happy show. No, it gets fucking brutal. Horrible, actually. Like, very fucked up. Very quickly. But also it's like nothing but wholesome. So, anyway. Zero says, just got done chatting with my girlfriend. Flexing on all of us, Zero. Why don't you? Anyways, hopefully I had a lovely time with her. Zero says, tomorrow is the last day of my junior year of high school. Oh, but junior year, so you still got a little bit to go. Golly, my friend, welcome to the second iteration. You got 2 more, I think, to go, right? At least that's how it is for Canada. Ashley says, Lone, have you watched Shield Hero reincarnate as a slime and Log Horizon? Nub says, I don't think she got to be. I don't think she's gonna be found guilty. I think best case for result is no on both sides. That's crazy because she's provided like nothing, you know. Although I think like I think that like it's one of those weird legal suits for the Johnny Depp trial that it's like it's hard. It's like defamation or something like that, or like something of character. Like it's kind of like. Yeah, but granted, he can prove that like there's a huge loss based on this incorrect information, quote unquote defamation. But yeah, Ashley says Obi-Wan Kenobi, my fucking reading comprehension. Obi-Wan Kenobi, is it good, Ashley? Have you watched it? Apparently the one guy's back. I just watched a video of them like drinking water and like putting in yes, no, agree, disagree strongly, whatever it is. Very cute, very cute. What are we doing? Oh, we're pushing through this. Let's get all this. We're gonna get all this, and now what else do we need? Fate Maker deals more damage and increased resistance the closer he is to enemies. I don't know if we need that. Melee damage and enrage timer. Let's get some of this, I guess, until we can move down the drain. We'll get that, sure. We'll kill Fate Maker, enrage timer, increased. No. Oh yes, frost efficiency. We want all that. Area effect, save your soul, sure. We'll also do this. Max health, area damage. That sounds fine. Blast chill, do we want blast chill? Frost Nova, whenever you do melee attacks. We're not gonna do melee. It kind of feels freakish not to get that, but with its fire rate. Oh no. We get this, I guess. Just some more base damage. A little bit of fire rate, sure. We get that. And now we'll move down this skill tree. Companion health and damage might be good. Ability damage would be far greater though. But unfortunately we can't have that. Great. We can't have nice things. Awesome. Gun critical hit chance. Companion critical hit chance. I don't think our things count as companions. No, they just say 3 cyclones. Like scaled off of ability damage. God damn you. Ability damage. Kill skill, fire rate, mushroom things. Mushroom things is actually pretty huge. That might be better because pixie gun things will work. Anyways, fire rate is always crazy. Gun critical hits increase companion damage. Sure, we're gonna get a lot of crits anyway with that. Oh, that's all we're able to get. Well, fucking Christ. All right. Well, let's see if this will work. So let's slap on the things that actually will do something. We have a Valor plate here somewhere. So we have this, giving us a lot of cryo damage, essentially. Also, it's what we're doing. We could build melee and cycle that into ability damage, which seems kind of odd, but maybe. Maybe. Where is the other Valor plate that I got? This one, we can increase cryo damage and soak status. Sure, we'll slap that on. Also, we have that's a pixie with wing things, but there's this, which is, where is it? That's real estate, where is it? Is this? Okay, so we got this, and we got this. Where is it? This. We got two. We got a heal pixie, and we got a cryo pixie. Also, I think I got a spell here that's much better. Yeah, maybe we'll leave it with that one, actually. I don't know. Let's see if this can even do anything. Let's go to the murder church and hang out. And hang out while we talk about anime and the Johnny Depp trial, I guess. Whatever you want. I'll go here, murder church. Oh, Nub says the problem is that the perjury isn't for the jury to decide, but the judge. The perjury is even harder to prove that what Johnny is being sued for. Really? Golly. Also, isn't there another version of this? I don't know how. I don't think in the slightest it will be like, I think Amber is gonna be like, no, this was not. I think she agreed to having it like public in the idea of being like, oh, we're gonna fuck him up so badly that like, yeah, because I think they both have to consent to it being public. 'Cause that's one of the biggest questions that people have right now, which also is like, why are we watching this? Like, why is this like being given to us? It seems freakishly like, yeah, like a whole problem. Why do we have this? GRINN says, or no, Lone Syndicate says, I have watched Shield Hero as. Okay, so you're watching the new season. Gotcha. I said the real. Oh no, I see. The realist hero. How are you enjoying? I'm way more excited. How are you enjoying it then, Lone Syndicate? Sorry, my brain. We're talking about so many things. I'm talking about so many things. I'm trying to build things. I'm looking at what is it called? Fucking Amber Heard nonsense. But yes, how are you liking the realist hero? I fucking love that show. It's beautiful. Ashley says, a Kenobi show released to. Oh, I see. So it releases tomorrow. So you're excited to watch it. Why are you excited to watch it, Ashley? You just a fan of Star Wars? Or are you excited to see Darth Vader again? Because to me, I know a lot of people. Well, I don't know. I think more people have faith in the TV show premise because it kind of forces them to do like world building and like goofy fun. Whereas movies kind of feel like they have to be forced into like a 3-part arc, essentially. So I think people have more faith in TV series is because of Mandalorian than movies, which I kind of relate to. I still got to go back and watch Mandalorian. Apparently it's great. Oh, it was delayed by 2 days, so instead of 1 episode, there are going to be 2. Oh, that's nice. And from what I've heard, it's 1 hour per episode. Woof. Really? That seems excessive. Although I guess it makes sense. Most other like long form shows are 44 minutes. So fuck, an hour, an 8-hour movie basically. Shit. Love says Ranger would be one of the best to maximize Blizzard. Yeah, well we this is what we have right now. I think the one that actually would be better is the new class mod. If we get a new class mod with both these talent priority, which is basically giving us a shit ton of frozen damage for frozen people, which by the way, this counts as frozen cyclones, so that counts. And we got cold snap. It's going to give us more efficiency, so people are going to get frozen quicker. We're going to be able to keep them up if they keep killing things. I really do think they should give something here that like does something, whether it's like, hey, here's 20% more damage, because it's just kind of an only mobbing ability. Like if they could change this to like, instead of getting a kill, it's just what is it? It's like hitting, like having like a 1% chance, but if you do a damage tick, you get like a percentage of it back. That'd be so good. 'Cause at least then you would have the way to build for like, oh, I need high fire rate weapons or something. But yes. Oh, alternatively, you may need a class mod that boosts one of the tier 5 Spore skills if you still works as well as I used it, heavily increasing ability. Yes, ability damage. I haven't got that one. Do you think ability damage, this and this, 45, that could be huge, is better than a 60% chance overall damage gain? I don't know. Also, you can literally slap this on anything, like just the berserker's like allocation of skills, and you'd be fine. Also, what do you get for investing in Spore Warden? Companion things. Blizzard. Blizzard does a little bit more damage. Okay, I see you. Also, play the angle. Oh, that's the capstone. That's like the ricochet things. Oh, also, we're going to test a little bit of the new SMG buffs. By the way, a video I have to edit tonight. I'll get it uploaded hopefully tomorrow morning. But it's about the new hotfix, patch notes things. Basically, TLDR, a lot of SMGs got buffed. Check out the ones that you like and see if they are better now. But let's see if this works in general. This is going to be gun pixies guns with wings. So those count as gun damage. We're going to activate this. I mean, that's a basic ad, and it's kind of taking a little bit of time to get cooking. So, you know, a little bit sad about that. Also, oh god. I mean, wait, what? Oh, they're not dying. Okay, I was about to say, why are they not resetting my thing? I guess they're not dying? Let me see. Why aren't you... I don't feel like we got a chunk of our cooldown back. Maybe we just didn't kill anybody. It feels bad, but okay. Alright, well, this is... I should have known. Cyclone, maybe, with all the cryo amplification things. It'll be okay. Let me see. What do we do? What do we got right now? We got, on action skill start, we got all damage dealt. And, spell damage? Is there anything else I have? Not really. Okay, we also got a lot of spell damage here. So that could maybe be ability damage, which could be good. Good, maybe. Who knows? We also got that. We have nothing else. We also have... We already got the frost damage here. Okay. Well, we could use this primordial thingy that we got, which comes back in seconds, maybe, possibly. I don't know if that's going to be better or worse. Who knows? It was Johnny Demand because he was fucked in the UK courts and he wanted media coverage for... Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, so he recently... so this is like round 2 and he's like, no. We're doing this way. Okay. And also, probably Amber Heard probably felt confident about like, okay, like, oh, I just won one. Get ready to get fucked again. And then he's like, excuse me. I wonder if that was a part of their plan. Because... it has been like everybody is in like agreement with the whole Amber Heard thing, Johnny Depp trial. It's like the worst like prepared case on Amber's side, it seems like. Like there's nothing. And they're trying and there's nothing. You know? Ugh. Ashley says, at this point, Amber will be known as Amber Turd and all the memes that will come out will be funny as hell. Well, the thing is, Ashley, a part of me thinks maybe, but like, how do I put it? I don't know, because like Amber Heard, if you look at all of like meme culture, the minute that she was mentioned, even for half a second, you would just get like bombarded with a bunch of like people who support Johnny Depp, even before this happened, like way before this happened, of like a bunch of people showing all of the evidence of like, no, she's the monster here. So I don't think that was like completely out of public perception. So I'm wondering now it might be at a level in which like everybody knows and just hates her because it's just kind of like a phenomenon right now going on in our pop culture. But I don't know, because like I think that like my other perspective is like this has been already known for a while that she's kind of crummy, and it seems like she's still getting plenty of work and sponsorships from like various companies and such, like skincare companies and stuff like that. Only recently has that kind of fallen apart. But yeah. I'm watching it from Asmongold, and he has a tally count for each time they use the word. Yeah, the what is it called again? I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It's pretty hilarious. It's like hearsay. That's what it's called. Hearsay, Your Honor, hearsay. And you're like, God damn it! Can we stop? Okay. So let's see if he dies. Did that give me any % back? God, man. Sorry, I don't mean to be this way, but like, balance is non-existent. Also, it's insane that that's literally on no cooldown. This spell is just on 1-to-1 cooldown because you can get it with cooldown, cooldown, cooldown. It just turns insane. So we have a problem here, boys. I don't know if our cyclones are even possible to do damage. Now maybe, just maybe, if we get enough ability damage scaling, maybe that'll be good. I don't think so. Also, you need something in like either of these classes that have like the ability to like fire a projectile or something. Maybe I need to play Clawbringer and like Berserker maybe, but then I won't be able to have Typhoons. Maybe we just say fuck Spore Warden and we just say Clawbringer and Rage Person. Because maybe that'll be fun at least. I don't know. I don't know. Also, yeah, we don't have many ways to heal. Also, pain. Granted, we don't need to be this far, like this close, contrary to Berserker's kind of nature. It could be a little hiding bastard while our tornado things eat up the world. Although, eat up the world's a strong thing to say. Also, I feel like that is not really giving us much besides the cold proc. Which do we have? That thing's better than what we have. Let's go to that. Let's activate this. So is that increasing my Cyclone's damage in any way? A little bit. Why is there fire damage in there? I don't know what's causing. Is it the on kill I get fire damage percentage basically? Maybe. Who knows? Well, I don't know what to change. We could try supplementing Stabo as a kind of a person to help with the like damage output. Maybe I think this is pretty good though. But we can't do that because we have guns with wings. So maybe something. Also, we could use this to survive if we wanted. Yes, it's the downtime that seems to be a little long lasting. Let's respec again and try. Granted, the thing that sucks is playing at level 35 means like you need enchantments just like pushing your ass forward a lot. So unlucky, but yeah, we're not gonna be able to see too much here. Kenobi is my favorite character from Star Wars, so that'd be one of my interests watching the series, along with the really liking Ewan McGregor. Sorry, I'm not. Yeah, okay. Ashley says, "Nub, I'm ashamed that happened, as I'm a Brit. Amber being allowed to get away with it. Yes, well, frankly, a lot of our justice system seems to be very fucked overall. So I'm not sure it's a UK thing." Another thing it says, "Well, considering I lost track of time yesterday while watching it, I'd say I love it. Like just so different from anything I've watched." Right, dude? It's just like fucking. Yeah, exactly what you said. Different little bit, a different beast. Fluff, it's gonna be 6 episodes. Yeah, but that's like 3 seasons if each episode's an hour. You know, golly. What? That's still a series, albeit short. I mean, yes. That's like saying, yeah. I'm not sure if that makes sense. An hour a piece? Maybe I just come from anime land, but you get 20 minutes to 30 minutes at the most. On the high end, you get like, this is where like Netflix weird fucking binge culture where it's 40 fucking minutes an episode happens. But an hour? Woof. Love says, Grin, check the far left tier 5 skill for Spore Warden for me. Far left skills, there's this one, cooldown, there's ability damage scaling, looks pretty excessive. We got magazine stuff as well as ammo regen, that's fun. We also got this one, Wrath of Nature, which essentially decreases or increases the amount of damage enemies take, which recently got kind of nerfed recently. I think it's about 30%, 35% at max, which is still a lot. And then we got ricochets. Yeah. Honestly, this was not really feelable. I wonder if it's not worth going this deep in Berserker, even if we were to go for him, just get these 2 skills and just go down here and get like all of this. Because, yeah, I think I might have to make a concession with this, and then I'm gonna just get this, which is when we get a kill, we'll get a huge reduction to our action skill cooldown, because that might be what we'll try before we axe this whole thing. Before we go to Stabo, let's see if that's a better play. we're a berserker. We're gonna go and get just what we need from here. This, all of this, all of this. We'll get, well, maybe we should get a heal thing. Yeah, let's get a heal thing. We'll get all of this. All right, we'll jump over here. We'll get all of the cooldown. We'll get ability stuff here. We'll get ability to be healed. What's this? I don't know if ammo regen's that worth for me, but actually magazine size I think will increase the pixie's damage, so we'll get a little bit of that. What's this? Critical chance for companions? Maybe. A companion critical hits, damage for duration. Yeah, maybe. What's this? Aiming down sights, tankiness? No thanks. We'll get this, we'll get all of this, we'll get this, and then we will get, I don't know, I guess we'll get one of these. Fuck it, we'll get our thing doing something. Okay, and we got 5 points to spend. Huh. Gun damage. That maybe some shield stuff. I think that's fine, right? Also damage reduction at close range, maybe. Probably could have got health too, but let's see. Maybe that's just fucking magic. Let's see. Let's see. Up this way. This might have turned into a let's not use the spinny tornado because it's not good, but instead we might use Clawbringer and Berserker. Okay, maybe. We'll see. If we're gonna scale up ability damage, it seems weird if it like I don't like usually you should see something with tornado things happening that like, oh, this is something. This is an amount of damage. Cold Snap is very strong, but Spore Warden's tier 5 can stack even further, especially with points invested in class mod bonuses. Oh, right, I didn't think about that. Okay. Zero says, I want to do an AR only Moe's run, dude. Get it. Get after it. I feel like that's all. That's something that like, what do you call it here? Are you on the PC plan? Because if you are, I think that would be much more of a fun run if you downloaded the Redux to Borderlands 3. Granted, I don't know what they'd change with Moe's, but I do know that there was a lot of ARs that were kind of in a weird space in Borderlands 3. And yeah, if you could if that Redux made them more balanced to where they could kind of like flourish, and that'd be I think ideal. What's good, Red? Red says, sup everybody, how's it going? It's going pretty good, Red. Better now that you're here, buddy. I almost completely fell over my tongue. It's fine. Fluff says, the kill skill provides either 20 more durability, a 20 reduction cooldown. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. So even like when you get a kill, is that what you mean? Kill skill. The Fate Maker's action skill kill steal is reduced by a percentage. If the action skill is currently active, it restores a percentage of its duration. So it restores 20%. Oh, okay, I see. So it basically helps you regardless. If you get a kill, you're going to get your action skill back faster regardless. So if you get a kill, it's going to cool it down faster, or it's going to keep it up for longer. That's kind of cool. Actually, I didn't know that's what it was. I thought it was just, it gives you a base decrease of action skill stuff. Let's do this. Spinnies. Amplification of damage. Hey, that actually nuked him at least. Now I did in conjunction with, you know, the fabled we're about to get downed. This is also the other thing that sucks. There we go, tornadoes. Get them. Actually, things are dying now. So maybe it is worth building ability damage. Yeah. Okay. This is acceptable. No, we're on cooldown again. Oh, I got right because we're not resetting. That's what's happened. I just don't know if this is the ricochet ability damage scaling things or what. I do think just hit him once, it's fine. Yeah, we stack, we have echo on our weapon, so we're fine. But it works. It works. Something. Not a lot, but something. Yes. Can it work to bosses though? Let's get all these pixies out in the open. And then we'll do this. Let's look at someplace. There. Look at that. That looks super cool though. Yeah, they're getting melted. They're getting melted. So at least there's that. It's something. And they're taking more damage because they're cryoed. Okay. It does mobbing. This is acceptable. They're still the AR level 35. These are all badasses. Also, we do this. I think it just gets better. Our problem is climbing back from hell. From our no having ass, what do you call it? Cooldown having ass. No, none of that. That's the problem. Also, we're moving too fast. Far too fast. Let's go over here. Also, what's good, Skade? Skade says hi. What's good, Skade? How are you this fine, fine day? This, and then this. Wavies. I love the, like super, like, over it, like, fucking, come on. The tornadoes, deal with it for me. Sorry, I should explain why I'm like, this is not the worst. Essentially, it's just how much we're already melting things, and we have more to build. So we don't have anything really working for us here. This is spell damage. Blech. We also don't have anything working for us here. This is all spell damage. We're mainly wanting to do ability damage, and we're not doing anything spell-wise, besides maybe this a little bit, but we can melt them regardless. And yes. Also, we could change that to something that's better, like all damage dealt. And frost damage berserker. That looks perfect, actually. Holy shit, didn't even know I had that on me. And yes, we could try. I don't have any better rings, but let's go see if this can pack a punch. Oh, sorry, my whole point is that we don't have a lot of scaling. So if we had a lot of like cryo damage, on spellcast do elemental damage, on activation of action skill do more cryo damage, all these things, and that might be good, and that honestly might be worth. We just need a little more points, dude. If we had just a little bit more to get both, like, all we really need is like get this and then this. Maybe that's enough. I think that might be enough. Probably not, because this is really helping us. This is making like everything sequence pretty nice. Like everything's like this makes enemies weaker when they get touched by the cyclones. This makes anything that's touched by the cyclones be frozen and die faster. And yeah. Let us go. So, but we might need to like literally pump all of our skill points into cooldown in order to make this happen in such a way that's not the worst, you know. Let's go to the thing, the boss. And it is definitely just jumped up the last longer. Oh, I see. Okay. You won't get cooldown back whilst Blizzard is active. It extends its duration. Yeah, I know, but I thought when you were shooting someone, I was like trying to look at the timer. I didn't see it jump much. So if it does, it's like, if it's 20% based on a percentage of the entire whole, it doesn't matter because that 20% is like maybe a second more of activity. Because I think like literally Blizzard is one of the shorter skills. It literally lasts. Oh wow, it lasts for 16 seconds. I thought it lasts for 8. It feels like 8. But yeah, lasts for 60 seconds is still not that long a time. So yeah, if it feels like this, even that 20% only felt like a 3% of seconds more, and that was 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, gone, you know? And maybe if you get them stacked in tandem, you just go drop, maybe that'll be good, but... Fluff says, yeah, Wrath of Nature may not be as powerful as it used to be, but it still stacks quite high when investment is in the right both classes. Yeah, the mod and in the skill. That makes sense. Spark says, I was watching an anime when I had COVID, and each episode was between 45 and an hour. Thought it was weird. Yeah, Spark, what anime? What the fuck kind of anime is 45 minutes? I have never seen. Are you talking about seasons? That's what it feels like for a season. You got 45 minutes of action, a lot of filler, a lot of like anime budget gone. Okay, we're doing our best. We're in the trenches. Okay. This. Oh, also, I forgot we can have like 1,000 things out at once. Go. And melt. Go, my pixies. Yes. This, also more of that. It's not bad, especially with some action skills or some cryo damage out. Perfect. We are chewing through ammunition though, because we're being silly. Honestly, that fight could go a little bit longer. But if we had more enchantments that were working for us, we might be good to go. Well, the thing I'm terrified to get is ability scaling rings. That's going to be a fucking nightmare. It's not going to be good, but you know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we kind of start tweaking things a little more, before we try Stab-O, which I don't think will be better than this. I'm actually happy with this. I can work with this. But I did want to check out and see if we got to back out and load back in. But I did want to check out and see if the new SMG buffs were actually notable. One of the weapons that I love the best, called it's a Renly's weapon basically. It's got like a SMG Furior that has like a pillar of damage pop off. That got adjusted. that got more damage, as well as more SMGs that I actually don't really know. I don't know if I've actually played with all of them. So, yeah. Hopefully that's a sizable change. I can't really have a comparison point. We'll do this. Where is that in my thing? Okay, so we got this. Chuck that. Boom. Pillar of Areni's death magic kind of weird ion cannon thing. Fluff says, as Berserker's capstone is underwhelming if you're not able to kill frequently. I do wish Wonderland had skill augments like Borderlands 3, and hell, most other ARPGs tend to lately. Being able to activate Blizzard in various ways could have been cool. Yeah, man, or like giving it like different things, like even just give it, like, to me, if you could take an augment and make it so that it's because this to me has been in like almost every Borderlands game. In some way, like the capstone is like, it increases your ability to use your capstone forever. But to me, it's like that's never been something that's that interesting, especially when there's another way to like circumnavigate that through a cooldown or like talent investment in your action skill cooldown. So yeah, you know. But yeah, let's see if this weapon. Well, this is not gonna do anything to the boss, but maybe we'll do this. We'll do this. I don't know if emptying the magazine will help. We do a lot of spell damage, so also it's kind of easy to miss. Maybe the feet is better. Does this do self-damage? No, it doesn't. We are going to get drained and killed. So let's back out. Let's go to the murder church. Yes. Maybe I should do this with my one... not my character. I have a save that is basically special for gun damage. So maybe we'll try it on that. But that's quite the ordeal. I got to pass it around my vault. I still haven't emptied my vault, so it's still like a nightmare to do that. Oh... Fluff says... could see them turn into one massive tornado or changed into elements, and make it similar to Zephron's work in Warframe, where you can shoot it and throw elements to change and boost its damage. Yeah, well, to me, the thing that's surprising, Fluff, is there is like what do you call it? The spell, which is called saw blades, the corrosive saw blades that bounce. So there is like a mechanic in the game where wherever you look, these things will just kind of push towards. And honestly, like, to me, that's kind of insane that they haven't done that. Like, if they haven't made a summoner class that is that. Like, it's basically like the classic Overlord character where you just basically, your action skill is pointing, and your various like rechargeable adds or mobs, goblins, whatever, will just like derpily dive bomb until they reach an enemy and then start meleeing like crazy, you know? Or even just marking an enemy and then that like tells one of your little goblin people to go kill them. Not all of your goblins, so they're like, I'm lost, how do I get to them? You know? And even for there to be a spell that like summons them right on top of someone, that'd be cool. Like a capstone point. Yeah, that would be perfect. But instead we get like pixies, which is good. Pixies is fun, but not exactly ideal for me. But anyways, let's activate this. This will make it so that they take more damage because cryo things. We'll do this, chuck this. I don't know if it's our cryo that's now, or our tornadoes that are doing decent now. Well, you're not doing anything. No, we don't have enough built to make these look even remotely okay. Well, at least the pillar sucks ass. But, you know, maybe the bullets would do better. Nope. All right, let's stop fooling ourselves here. Crazy people. Quickly, this melee. Go, guns with wings. Are you shitting me, guns with wings? God damn you. Wow, tornado really does a lot of damage in comparison to our guns with wings. So now here is the, like, challenging part. Which is, it's kind of the same shitty hellscape that we've been in for a while. Which is basically like, oh, well, I would love to use the tornado skill. But because it's specific to Spore Warden, I can't. Because I was like, oh, it would be cool to use Berserker and Stabo and not go for some sort of melee hybrid, but instead like an elemental thing. That'd be fun. But yeah, no dice. No dice, unlucky. Let's go see if Stabo... Stabomancer is going to be good with this. I think it will, just because of like the insanity of... Ghost Blades or Executioner's Blades. Granted, we don't have a lot of built for just base damage with Executioner's Blades, so it may not be the best. Fluff says, oh wow, some nice SMG buffs in the hotfix. Hope the adjustments, one or more vibe. I hope so too, man. what do you call it? There's one of them that can spawn in a Fury or a Pixie SMG kind of thing. Also, apparently a lot of they give one of the cooler SMGs. Do I have it on me? Actually, I might have grabbed this one because I thought it was one of the things that was buffed. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope, I guess not. Oh no, I did. It's this. No, wait. Was this one? Yes, I think so. Yeah, it was the this one. Well, maybe it was this one or something. I think it was another version of this. It looks similar to a Renly's damage pillar weapon. But basically it fires like a 4-round burst, kind of like, I think it's also a Battleborn kind of character's fire mode and also reference. But yeah, that one got buffed by a good margin and also gave you the ability to get variability on the barrel, which means I think that it's able to come in like cryo, element, and stuff like that. So that's neat. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba da ba da ba. Ba 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 ba. This. And we're gonna go Stabbo. And we're gonna go yeah, we want to get Executioner's Blade, I think. Okay, we'll go with status damage, because that's what we do here, status kings, and then we're gonna go with some, actually we can get the one that increases our damage when we move, because we're not really having to be point blank or melee. Killer skill, melee attacks, critical hit. Yeah, because I think our melee attacks, melee damage. Yeah, see, that's how they get you. You send the bitches. So that wouldn't detonate that. At least I don't think. Fire rate increases. Fire rate and spell damage. No, that's melee damage, by the way. I did that. Melee attacks. Yeah, see, I don't think that absorbs that. I think that doesn't count for that, so we're not going to get that. I guess we'll get 1 point into speed. Fuck it. And we'll get all the rest in here. Contagion, massive overall. Critical damage, yes. Gun critical hits, or critical hits increase damage. Yeah, that one's just great too. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up a little bit. Too many spread thin. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get cooldown rate because that kind of helped. We're gonna get ability damage because that helped a lot too. We're gonna get this, and then this is good too. Kind of helped us with our damage. This. Oh no! If only we could get down here, because this is a big damage pooba as well. Well, we'll get this, I guess. Gun critical hits, companion damage. We'll get all this, I guess. Okay, we're good. Go back to the place. Let's see if these this Executioner's Blades summoned by our pixies, not pixies, sorry, guns with wings. Gotta clarify myself. Okay. Oh, my body. Fluff says, GRINN. Shadowfire does more damage when you reload an empty mag. Oh, well, fuck. I guess this isn't gonna be by much, because I feel like if I wasn't seeing something, we weren't gonna see something, but let's try it. Let's empty the goddamn magazine. Alright, here we go. We'll do this. Quickly kill somebody. Not that, not that guy. This guy. Right here. He is untouched. We just don't do the proper damage. I bet it could be good, but I don't have a build for it, so yes. Also, I didn't consider the damage. Oh no, not that right one. This. Now we gotta keep moving. Get that damage up or something. I don't know. It works like that somehow. I'm seeing not a lot of, yeah, a lot of quick little elemental damage procs, which I usually see. I see fire because that's on my shield. There we go. We see, actually, no. Pixie Circle, they do some horrible work. Or great work, sorry. Yeah, constantly letting that little detonation happen. That's great. That worked. This is more of a build. Let's see. We can activate this on top of that. Does this do damage? Yeah, no, well, let's let our pixies die before we judge too much. We'll actually wait here until they come back. What's over here? I don't know. Weird. Fluff says, it's an inverse of the usual Fury mechanics. Closest we have to Ghostblade and being able to reposition it. Yeah. And binging enemies for the mushroom, maybe Wyvern will priorities. Yeah, that'd be cool, but I'm like the Wyvern and stuff like that to me makes sense. But to me, I don't know, like just the feeling of the bouncy saw blades happen to me, I feel like could just work so well if it was just the goblin thing. Because also it'd be nice just to just to like stop holding down the trigger and pushing your enemy until he gets aggroed on an enemy, you know? Because sometimes when you say go over there, your enemy's like, guess I gotta map out this whole plan, and then they kind of start eating a wall for 6 minutes, and you're like, god damn it. Whereas if I could just say no, go around, and boom, and boom. Also, if it gave you like a shield of resistance when you're like pointing to tell them to go some places, that'd be nice. You're using the shadow fire wrong. Wrong. It is why it sucks ass. I mean, I don't think that's why it sucks ass. I think it's the reason why it sucks ass is because it's not. We don't have a build for it. If we had SMG damage, popping off. If we did dark magic damage amplification, popping off. Yes, I don't think it was the magazine being empty. It was. I'm sure that is a contributing factor for the damage being better. But when you're throwing it at a badass enemy, most things don't get affected unless you have a specific scaling enchantments and such. It's true, Arendi's essence for being a chaos witch, you want to empty the magazine and reload automatically to do a lot more damage to the pillars. Well, yes. Do you remember the lore of Arendi, Fluff? Because the lore for Arendi was essentially... Also, I didn't want to have the fucking things up. Yeah, she basically was like a prisoner demon thing, or like she was an experiment. And then she basically seen... like an ion death cannon in one of the facilities, and she like retooled her entire arms to basically be these like death weapons, and they were kind of like, oh, that's a bad bitch right there, and that's a Renly, if I remember correctly. There was a lot of cool, like there's so many things that Battleborn did really well with the like lore and like the little tiny little references to everybody. Yeah, I mean, the thing that sucks about Executioner's Blade is it takes a little bit of time for like them to start firing off. But when they do, everything starts dying, so it's more of like a pixie build than it is like a tornado build. It's very cool though, seeing like 1,000 little tiny, you know, like fucking ethereal blades penetrate an enemy essentially brutally. Also, penetrate was not the word there to use, but anyways, we do this. Also, can tornadoes? Yeah, tornadoes can get to you too. That's pretty dope. Tornadoes are a good, if only they could like scale off of melee, that'd be a pretty cool answer for like, hey, so when you go to fight a boss that's long range, just use your action skill for that. And they'll actually, like they last a long time. They're considered, like, I feel like Blizzard should be a part of the Berserker skill tree, rather than the other thing, and the Spore Warden. I feel like Spore Warden, they're like, we don't know what else to add, so we're just gonna say, fuck it, here's a tornado of cryo. Why does that make sense? That doesn't. It's silly. It also doesn't count for fucking a companion damage, and that's supposed to be in some ways what the Spore Warden's kind of building towards. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Throwable hole. Oh right, throwable hole. I also did I pick up that one? I think I picked up that one as well. The throwable hole, which is, you know, quite the name. But yes, it basically summons a void portal thing. Oh, I have it somewhere in my fucking vault. Oh, I wanted to test that one because that one seems fun. Let's do that before we, you know, burn it all to the ground. Let's go to our Chaos Chamber. Let's see if that weapon can pack a punch, because I think that one we should be able to see if it's sequencing. But yes, I don't know if I actually have. I thought I had it on my inventory, but I guess I didn't. I just want to double check because I thought I picked it up from my thing. Let's see. I guess not. No. Okay. Let's back out and let's use the build from a person I found in a Discord file that has like the most cracked rings and just gun accessibility points ever. It's called Mini Mo's. Yes, just a lot of gun fuckery. I've been buffing all these things. Partly why Frost is king in Wonderlands. Oh, also, Frost got nerfed, though, today. Before the nerf didn't go through last patch, so now it is. Oh, also, we can test if this is the other weapon that got up. No, it's not. Never mind. It looks, this barrel throws me for a loop, this barrel right now. But there's a lot. No, we don't. This is a gun. This is before they buffed SMGs, so yeah. But let's go back to my vault, and we will see if I have. I think I have a black hole thing there. I just don't know if I picked it up on my other class, which I think I might have. Oh, sorry, the throwable hole is what it's called. But it's like a dark magic thing that puts a black hole in the ground, and you can like throw multiple, and it'll just keep stacking damage. Fear Not. I do know it's that. It's one of the few Fear Not legendaries that I think I have. Is this it? It'll take a little bit of time for it to catch up because, you know, so many fucking things in my vault. Oh. But I'm unsure if the Wyvern does. Oh no, so pinging does this. Oh, yeah, unsure if the Wyvern does. Also, Fluff, do you know if the Wyvern is considered companion damage or ability damage, or is it both? Because some of the skills that the Clawbringer has counts as ability damage. Fluff says she saw one of the spider mechs, and yeah, it's spider mechs, and she's part of the race of mimics, right? And changed for the inmated it, so she got multiple arms, and think a pillar was just of the magic capability. I thought there was like a tape talking about her, and the pillar was like a. She like one of the spider tanks had like this ion kind of beam cannon which used to like kill anyone who got close, and then she learned to mimic it and then like actually blew it up with her own version of the ion cannon. Is this it? Nope, that's another Fear Not. We got a lot of the other Fear Not ones. There it is. This one. It's also volatile, so we should actually be able to see if it's not the worst. We'll also stack the deck like you've never seen. Okay, this is why this is one of my favorite builds that I found. So gun damage scaling, SMG scaling on critical damage, and the same thing here. And unfortunately, it's only by 30% because of fucking nerfing things. But still, I think it still has like one of the better rings just because it's kind of so persistent. And yeah, also we're converting things to dark magic. We got a ton more damage for spell damage conversion. Blah, blah, blah. All that. And yes, let's slap on the black hole weapon and see if it can manage. I mean, we could try to find other like SMGs if we have them. Sort by type, I think will give us the SMG type weapons. We got a lot of those. Let's let it like balance out. It's freaking out a little bit. Is that what sorting by type means? It's like SMGs, pistols. That would make sense, right? But I don't know if we're living in that world of reason. Oil and spice. I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't know. You could just like flip through until we see an SMG. Be like, oh, but also there's a reason why nobody has SMGs. It's because they're god awful. Ooh, this one I do think got reworked though. Yeah, a fragmented rain. It's not a very good version of it, but we can fuck around. Wait. We have another one. It's still the same shitty version of it. I'll grab one. Oh right, dude. Yeah, the heck ward, the heck word, man. That one, that to me is. I really hope that one is like works, like because that to me is always like it's a masher. It's basically a masher for Borderlands 1. Also a Doom reference. But I just like the fact that it's so messy and that it should be rewarded with damage at close range. But it was scaling in a weird way. But I hope it works out. Also, what's good? Bep says, was watching Let It Die video just now and saw that you were live. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, what do you call it? There's another Let It Die video coming as soon as we're done the stream, basically. It's us getting in game, getting our little hat, talking a bunch, telling you guys that the beta is happening, hippity happening. Also, I want to ask you guys before I leave, not before I leave, but before when we get conclude the stream essentially, which we're not doing anytime soon. When is the beta live? Is it tomorrow or is it? I remember it's Saturday or Sunday. How many hours away is it? Because I do need to like log into my PS4 and download a bunch of updates and shit. It's not a fun night actually, so I need to get that done. But I've been negligent to say the least. Oh yeah, also the wizard pipe. Yeah, the wizard pipe got a buff as well. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I have such a little guns. It's all class mods like rings and necklaces. Maybe we could look through and see if we have any like not melee or gun or companion scaling things. No, it's all melee and guns and spell damage. No abilities, because wait. Oh, Oh, we may not be absolutely boned. I seen one. Ugh. It's a lot of melee things. Hey, but when your skill's on cooldown, it's something. It's a lot. It's very melee based, but it is something. It is what we call a win, not a good win. But let's go see if these weapons are any good. Let's back out and go to the one place. What's good, crazy? How are you this very, very... let me know what kind of day it is. She even looks a bit like Moe's. Kudos to whoever does that. Yeah, man, yeah. It's a person in the Moxie's Discord. It's a community Discord specifically. Yeah, lots of crazy builds there. Also, a lot of them are like perfect. So like all of our rings are specifically great, you know? It's a water reverb to hit me in the eye. Okay, so let's see Black Hole. Actually, maybe we should go see against the hour here. Let's go see against a big badass enemy. But this should be a pretty good showcase of our potential. We have other class mods that we could use. It could be better. We could use this one. That one's not for us. This one's the yes, gun. Also, yeah, 40% gun damage, 25% to all gun damage, and 50% to critical gun damage. Absolute madness. The only thing we're missing is doing dark magic damage. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. Increase that portal, baby! I don't know if it stacks. I think it just becomes bigger. But it does look kind of cool. This is, for, I think, a very good, like a healing stick weapon. You know what I mean? Heals the shit at you. That kind of thing. Also, I think we have echo on this. It's not fine. It's not great. But it's not bad. I don't know how much this does. It doesn't hurt me, at least. It actually might be a good build just for, like, damage. Or, sorry, like melee builds. Outside of pixie stuff. Because you throw it, you start meleeing, you start chewing into them. Bop, bop, bop. We'll do this, and do this. And he's dead. Yeah, that actually, again, not bad. Also, this weapon kind of sounds satisfying. So it looks kind of... I don't know many weapons that have that trail that kind of follow them. Also, it looks like you can have multiple puddles at a time. I wonder if that's based on your magazine or something. Who knows? I don't know why I backed up. Let's go see. This thing seems like a mobbing weapon, but that does not seem bad at all. Well, granted, this build would make most things look good. Yes, but yes. Stop it! Murder charge. Stop it! If I move my controller just even one iota. Horrible. Nightmare. Fragmented Rain is now treated as an SMG and is gained 30 buff or so. Yes. So that should also sequence. Let's see. Do I have Fragmented Rain equipped? I do not. Fragmented Rain, where are you? There you are. Okay, so very crummy version of it, but is what it is. But let's stay on track. Let's keep trying this one. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna chuck these. Oof! God damn! This. Yeah, so that's not nuking everything. It's this. Yeah, no, that... I don't think that's... Let's just try this. Just this alone. Oh, it also has Black Hole on it. That's legit. So it's not only sucking you in a portal, but it's also wrecking you in that way. Now, again, the one thing that I... Also, just firing it might be actually crazy. It's okay. Also, I wonder if we actually use what the build is intended to use, which is this. I just like the spinny blade more. Also, I like how that it can keep getting bigger, but we haven't dropped in health, and we have not a lot of health, so we should be getting down, but we keep healing instantly almost. That's pretty good. Ooh, we might, yep, we finally pushed our luck. We can shoot you up a bunch. Yeah, that's a badass enemy that just got melted. This is not bad at all. And also, I don't think we have... We might have actually dark magic. Yeah, we have dark magic. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good showcase of the weapon's potential. If we only had a Reaper of... Well, no, Reaper of Bones would work either. But like, we need on activation of action skill, all damage dealt, which we don't have, and we don't have. We have gun damage here. So yeah, that's the only thing that we could add to make ourselves a little bit better is if we had all damage dealt on activation of action skill or dark magic on spellcast. That also would be pretty good. What is good, Undead? Also, Undead, that looks fucking so cute, whatever that little icon is. Golly, little horns and shit. It's adorable. Also, Fluff says, and Gluttony has served me really well when it comes to emergency heal. I think there's a new king in town, Fluff. This seems great, especially when, like, it kind of seems like it's an easy ask. Like, I don't know if a chaotic version would be, like, much better than all the other ones. You know, I don't think you need it in ×2 or something. It is cool that it says it explodes shortly after, but it does seem like it comes with a singularity, which is nice. A singularity and an AoE. If only you could get a little bit more on top. Imagine if it could be guns with wings and then explode and then cause this like giant thing on the ground. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, we hit that. Oh my god. It doesn't matter though, because yeah, airborne enemies are always going to be a living nightmare. Although, okay. Woof. They're just collapsing. Yeah, we're doing like 80. That does so many ticks of damage so quickly. I wonder if you can stack multiple on top of one another, like 1, 2, 3. Because it does look like you can place more. I just wonder if, like, it looks like when you keep putting, yeah, so you can connect them and they'll make a big one. So wait, is that how that works? If I just kept throwing them like perfect distance away from each other, would that just keep making bigger ones? Like they'd all connect eventually? Yeah, it looks like they kind of do in a weird way. They have such a short cooldown that they don't actually always do that. But yeah, also, ow. Go. This is not bad. Again, this is very stacked. This is excessive. Like most SMGs would be melting because we have essentially 22 gun damage and 62 critical damage. And also this is coming with, what is it? One of these has like an abundance of critical chance. Yeah, gun damage, critical hit chance. 50%. Absolute madness. So, yeah. But if the fragmented rain can do something, then that'll be huge. If I can only equip it. God damn it. All right. What did that do? Did that throw a snowball? It does. It's like a little spiky snow. What? No. Go photo mode. That's like a little spiky snowball grenade. I had no idea that's what that did. What does it say on it? Is that COV? Oh, I thought that was in a reference to Battleborn, as I always do. But it's a grenade. Neat. Undead says, I finally got to catch a stream. Let's go. Good to see you, Undead. Fluff says, honestly, I'm surprised they fixed and / buffed so many SMGs since they've been since they've been the meta. Granted, it is buffing the SMGs that weren't commonly used, and for a good reason. Really? I didn't know that. That was meta. Again, granted, I don't play gun builds, so that's my ignorance, I guess. But yeah. Also, stop it. I'm plugged in. I gotta get a new control. I know. Fluff says throw hole should be able to enchant now. Oh, it wasn't able to? Oh shit, that's nice then. So you can possibly, so you can provide that gun possibly. That's nice, yeah. Undead says thanks. Thank you, GRINN. It's my AV. Thanks for being such an amazing person and all the help with Let It Die. No, I'm so happy that you're here. It's so sweet. Frankly, we need more people like you in this world. Not people who are kind to me, but just people who are sweet. Fluff says gluttony as a pistol and throwable hole as an SMG, so I could rock both. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, dark magic kind of build. That'd be fun. Livewire, ideal, wouldn't be used as an SMG ammo outside of draining all of it, but one round in an SMG. Yeah, it also didn't seem like it, yeah, if you just throw 2, I think it lasts a little bit longer, which is nice. Also, it's not like you always need to heal, you know? Undead says, sadly, I don't even know this was its own game, and it looks amazing. Really? You don't know about Wonderlands? Wonderlands is pretty fun, yeah. We're hoping for some things to happen when it comes to its development. Hopefully. We'll see. Also, I mean, I don't know if I should just shoot this or what are we doing? Let's see. Let's do this. That was pretty good. What did it shoot? Does it just shoot like little arrows? What is that? Just little shards or little shards? That's it. Okay. Huh. Well, whatever. I don't know. I'm lost, to be honest. I've never used this weapon. It does shoot out. Well, it does look like it just shoots out like little snowballs. I don't know if it's better to do. Oh, they ricochet. Holy shit, they ricochet hard. Is this the gun that you can get that's... Yeah, no, when they start ricocheting, that's insane. That's awesome. If that can be... Is this the gun, Fluff, that could come in Guns with Wings or Pixies? Or am I thinking of a different gun? I thought this might have been it. There was one of the Fear Nots that were SMGs that could come in a bunch of different forms, and if you could get that with Guns with Wings, to where like you're not just throwing something that's gone, I don't think that's this one though, because that seems like it's intentional. I think this is the one that they refer to as a snowball weapon. So that makes sense. But yeah, huh. Also, Livewire is being looked at, but they haven't pulled the trigger on just about anything yet, which is I'm quite grateful. That sounds horrible. I thought it was DLC for Borderlands 3. There is a DLC for Borderlands 2. That is the Tiny Tina's Dragon's Keep one. But no, this is a full-priced game. I think, yeah, full-priced. And yeah, I don't know. I really like it as far as a Borderlands game. I think it's very well balanced. At least now, a certain one class was a little bit chugging behind. Other than that, we're sitting pretty, I think, quite well, at least now. But yes. Also, don't buy the DLC yet. Wait for it to go down in price because it's not worth what is told. Oh god, don't crash. Ooh. Also, you empty the magazine like instantly. That might be the cost of this. Golly. All right. Well, that was fun. I just want to check out some of the SMG things. But I think we're gonna go back. To our testing of our other character to see if we can piece together a Spore Warden to see if we can manage and be kind of okay. Also, did anybody reply to me? I'm so sorry. You'll have to type it again if you did. Is the Deathverse? Is the Deathverse beta happening tomorrow, or is it? I could look it up eventually. So if you're like, Grin, I'm playing a game now, don't bother me. I get it. It's okay. Just ignore me. But I don't want to miss it. I think, I don't know. I'm hoping that I think it's Saturday, which is tomorrow. Yes, today's Friday. Wait, no, today's Thursday. Sorry, not tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Oh, no, not this. Leave that person be. We'll jump back, do this. It's May 18th, so Saturday. Okay, God, so Saturday. Saturday is when we gotta get prepped. So tomorrow I can still do the download things. Although I think I might just take it out today just to be done with it. Although I do have a lot of editing to do still. Spore Warden, perfect. This. Oh, Undead says, it is only on PS4 or PS5, or do you plan on having a beta or do they plan on having a beta for PC? Yes, Saturday. Thank you, Lone Sing, as well. Thank you for everyone for coming in. But Undying, I think I'm gonna try to do it on PS4. I don't think there's any plans to do a PC release. I think what's that? Sorry. Golly. I think what they're planning on doing is the same thing that Sony's track record kind of hints at, but it's essentially the idea of like same thing as Horizon, like to get more value out of the properties. Like a year later, they'll bring them to PC. I'm not willing to, just with that sense, it sucks because it's kind of a snake eating its own tail idea a little bit, because like for me, who is seeing that writing on the wall, it just makes me not want to jump to PC, because it's like I'm not going to wait a year to start playing this. So when you do bring it to PC, I'm like, well, whatever, sucks to suck, especially in a game that has investment like Let It Die did, or what I would assume Deathverse has a little bit of it. Also, it's free, I guess, so it's not that much investment, but still tons of time. I'm sorry, Let It Die demanded a lot of you. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I'm hoping that's the case. I think that makes me discouraged from wanting to buy it on PC. But I do have a PS4 still. It's probably on its way, like dying, because I haven't used it in such a long time. I got to download a bunch of updates. Gonna be painful, but I think that's the place where we'll do that. We'll do it. Also, I wanted the last hurrah. I just have no information about Clawbringer. I don't know if there's going to be anything here to yield that's worth a damn, but we'll try. Clawbringer. Maybe with all the investment we'll get, it'll be worth something. with the ability damage scaling stuff. The question is, do we go here or here? I don't know the skills in here too well. Fire damage things, electro damage things, elemental things, that'd be nice. Cooldown tanky things. Lightning damage things. We'll get that. Yeah, we could try that. Let's try going deep into Clawbringer. We'll go all into this. I'm not sure if we should put 1 point in there just to kind of have 1 point. Because I don't know if I feel like he just like there's no like setup timer for him to constantly activate these things. Elemental damage, yes. If Fademaker's action skill will be cooldown, no. Fademaker gains damage reduction. Additionally, all allies still don't know. We'll get that, and then we're kind of lost a little bit. We're gonna get this, I think. I don't know if I want my Wyvern to get point blank, so it could be not a good choice. I will put a little bit in there. Wyvern will occasionally shoot a firebolt. Yes, and yes, and yes. Critical hit damage. Save your soul, instantly refill your reward. I don't know. We're kind of sparse with this. I guess we'll put 1 point in there, and also more Wyvern damage, and this. Then we'll get out. We get out. Companion damage, I do believe will make our Wyvern hit, maybe, and scale a little bit harder. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to go action skill. In fact, was there anything here I could have gotten that I could have gotten that one. God damn it. Shit. 6% of the max ward. I could have got that one. Well, I've got to commit. Damage for a companion or kill skill cooldown things. I don't know if we're going to really... It looks like we're more built for companion scaling than it is our ability damage, but we're going to scale up that right now with this because that's kind of worth. We're going to get our ability to get second wins. Companion critical hit chance increase because we gotta. It's too good. And we'll get the last gun critical hits increase your companion damage. We'll get that. Let's try this out. It could be awful, but maybe not. Also, we're not getting much value because our class mod is very stacked into a Berserker. So, also, Fluff says DNF Duel has done the same thing so far, despite it coming to PC as well. Interesting. Oh, so you think the beta, there's a potential for the beta to be on PS4 only, but then the PC to have a PC launch? I don't know. Maybe. Also forgot to apply tornado things. Speaking of, it's finally able to be wish listed on Steam. Nice. Are you excited? Fluff, it's about to come out, I believe, right? I think that's what it seems like we were talking about. All right, Wyvern. Come on, Wyvern, pop off, buddy. Did you do it? I seen a fireball, I think, come out of you. I don't even know where you are, to be honest. But he's probably trying his best somewhere. Yep. Okay. Where is he? There's so many other winged creatures around me. Well, did he die? No, he's alive. He is, in fact, alive. I don't know where he is. There's a lot of... Is that him? Him right there? There he is. Look at him. He's greenish. Hey, look at the electric. Did nothing. Ugh. 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 See, there needs to be something that, like, detonates these abilities. Like, yeah, like, when you deal damage with spells, it has a 15% chance to detonate this. When you do damage with melee, has a chance to detonate this melee kind of zap. But yeah, none of that's a thing. So it's kind of just like, oh, I hope he does it. Oh, shit. Unless there is an activation point that I'm not seeing. Wyvern occasionally shoot firebolts, causing fire damage to in an area for a duration of time. Additionally, the Faymaker gains gun damage. Yeah, nothing that says detonation things. So, unfortunately, the Wyvern is just in a bad kind of existence place. But it is cool seeing the effects happen. It's just a damn shame that, yeah, there's no way to like force them to be detonated. I think that would help greatly because I don't think they do the worst damage. I don't know if they do great damage, to be honest with you as well. But maybe it's acceptable. I don't know. Yes, it looks like, well, at least for bossing, not it. But I just want to see if our Wyvern can even melt a badass enemy in the Murder Church. DNF Duel, that is. Oh, speaking of the wishlist stuff, what is it referring to? DNF Duel, that is. So you mean it's available to buy on wishlist on Steam? At least that's nice. It's not trapped behind the Epic Game weird thing. Also, that looks like a tree trying to play piano. I just noticed that. Jesus. Also, do this. Alright, I don't see my Wyvern again. And I'm taking big L's right now, dude. It's real rough. I feel like my guns with wings are more reliable than my super amped up Wyvern, who literally had... Well, I guess we don't have companion damage, but we do have ability damage. So, yes. You know, everything is worse right now. Alright, well, I was not expecting a great deal. Granted, we don't have a great class mod, so it could be better. Where is he? There he is. Okay, bud. You put down a little AoE thing. It's doing like 30k, despite us doing... Well, actually, we do a little bit of in-house ability damage, but not a lot. Not a lot, okay? Guns with Wings save me. You'll do more damage than my Wyvern ever could, unfortunately. But... yes, let's go reswap and do the same thing we were doing. The best one that had the most sequencing for us was a kind of a toss-up between Berserker and Stabbo, which is honestly what it tends to be all across the board in the game, just because both of these are like, but just fucking great damage classes, you know? I wonder if there's a shield that could play with any of these. I don't think so. Also, apparently not all of the we still have a few DLC 2 weapons and whatnot that are not dropping. So I think it's a shield and something else. Also, as much as I don't mind a lot of the DLC weapons, a lot of people dislike them. Well, I think a lot of people also just find them to be broken, with them not actually working at all, which is not good. This, and we'll respec. Okay, so what is our laundry list of things to do? Oh, let me respec before we actually get into that. Grave Berserker. We'll go deep into here. We'll get cooldowns. We'll get ability damage. We'll get some regeneration ability, so we're not fully always without ammunition. We'll get some of this. We'll get some of this. Is it worth getting that? Companion crit. I think that counts for our guns with wings. Movement speed, fire rate. I thought we tried guns with wings and they didn't scale, but with the new update where they actually count for companions, I feel like maybe they fixed them. I don't know. We do want all of this, and this, and oh, so close, so close. That. Okay, this. All right, we'll get all of this, and all of. Oh, do we want to get the movement reduction damage bonus things, or do we want to get the healing? We're not very survivable. That's too real. We'll do that. Yes. Well, that does make us tanky. We'll get all this. We actually have a lot of points to spend. We could spend all of that on, like, healing reserve for us. A portion of the reward will be reserved. I don't know if we want that. Maybe. Yeah. Let's go with that, I guess. Portion of the action and rage. Yeah, heal. Save your soul, that would be nice. We'll get one more point in there and one more point here, just to give ourselves some more survivability. All right. Let me see if I was wrong on that's what we should do. Also, I didn't get to see if our guns with wing pixie kept us alive pretty well. Let's go to the Murder Church and try to be stupid and like walk slowly to see if that can keep our head above water. Yeah, also Stabo did do well, by the way, on the thing. It's just the Stabo, it has this weird ramping up of damage, so like the pixies have to start shooting and doing gun damage, and then they'll throw a knife into a person's neck, and you're like, oh, okay, now there's damage happening. Stabo and Berserker are probably the most straightforward damage dealers. No surprises, Rogue and Barbarian tend to be the DPS's classes in D&D. Yes, but I would have liked them to like sequence, I guess, a little bit more fluff, you know? I kind of would have liked if a Stabo had something that was... Well, actually, honestly, I think Stabo is probably one of the best optimized builds, because... Like, not optimized, sorry, like, it makes sense. Like, hey, we're doing melee damage, we're also doing elemental damage. Here's a way to make melee damage basically be at range. And also, here's a way to make it so that... What is it called? Elemental damage can also be applied through melee, so it kind of just sequences with other characters that do melee. Great. But, what do you call it? For things like Berserker, there's nothing that to me makes sense of this capstone, which is essentially the unlimited use of your action skill. Like, to me, if it had like some sort of ramping up damage alongside it, then maybe. If there was some sort of thing where it took a percentage of your melee weapon and like put it into your ability as well, and that could be something, but I feel like there's just something missing for this to make, because I noticed that nobody takes this as a capstone, and I'm not sure. To me, it just feels like it doesn't do enough, or if anything, frankly, sometimes. But yes. Also, before we go ahead and run around, and we want to try the Dreadnought or the Fear Not Guns with Wings pixie thing. What are we in need of? I think the Goblin Pickaxe would help us the most, because it will be able to keep up our shield. Granted, the Goblin Pickaxe should give us action skill cooldown, all that stuff. We need rings for ability scaling stuff. I probably would try to find that, because that seems like a hell to try to find things that do ability scaling stuff. That shield, I don't know if there's any shield that's specific to us doing well besides the healing and the bonus to fire damage. Is kind of nice to keep us alive. Class mod, I think I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to find it, but a class mod that has the new 50% bonus status damage, I think would be really nice. Granted, I don't know if we're gonna be able to attain it, because it's kind of a rough go of it right now. But also, our necklace seems pretty perfect. We don't need to touch that, and we have a good spell. So I don't think we're too far away from kind of perfection a little bit. So we got this Fear Not pistol, Guns with Wings. This one only fires 2 shots, so it's not as good. We'll also do this. We'll also do this to heal up a little bit. Everything's melting pretty fast. Yeah, really fast, actually. We don't even have ability scaling stuff, so I think we can take a loss in damage. I wish I could tell my tornadoes to go somewhere. Yeah, see, before they got a chance to pop off, we didn't get to see them. We didn't get to see all this stuff. Also, the Buffmeister with ability damage scaling and gun damage scaling would be pretty nice. So we don't want to focus on that. There's improvements to be made with this, but honestly, right now, like, I don't mind what we're seeing. Granted, this sometimes can be quite the like not realistic version of damage, you know. Sometimes it's like way off in terms of like this compared to the Chaos Chambers have like stupid scaling sometimes. Granted, I think it's also because I was playing on Elite, and that doesn't work really well. Also, let's before we go run around more, I want to respec my skill allocation so that we have a lot of cooldown built in, at least for right now, before I have some like sort of rings that decrease action skill cooldown, stuff like that. Fluff says Assault and Battery is bound to get nerfed. It is possible, or it may be an odd case that live wire melee interaction. I hope it doesn't get nerfed. I think that's like, if anything, I think that'll be a really well. Right now, I think the community already leverages like almost 8 out of the 8 and 2 is what I've seen. I seen Maki's video, which he kind of scaled everything and said like, this is what I don't really think is good enough, and this is what's doing really well. And I feel like if they take down Salt and Battery, then they need to make those other things work. Otherwise, people are like, what the fuck? We are taking the things that are actually fun and viable and destroying them. Because I do think there's an argument for like a lot of the other stuff, like the weapons, like the spell or gas and something, the one that like leaves a pool on the ground. That one is just way off the spectrum. Like, it's not even playing. It's like in this weird like, why is this not doing damage? And also, like, I keep coming back to like the Did nobody playtest that? Because that is just does not work. Like, you shoot an enemy, well, like I had it on the build that I showed you guys, the SMG maxed out build, and Grease, and I also had a decent version, I think, of Grease. Actually, I might not have had a decent version, but with the amount of scaling that we were doing, we should have hit at least a little hard, and we didn't. So there's a lot of fuckery there. What about this? Respect skills. We're just going to put almost maxed out into critical damage, because I think we have well, I'm not sure if we have a lot of built-in critical chance. I'm not sure if we need one that much, by the way. Yes, for the first time in a long time, we're going to actually max out cooldown, which is, it's only giving us like 20%, which leaves a little bit to be desired. We'll go critical damage. Oh, and status. Status is the main thing that we kind of want to max out. All of it. Take some critical chance away. Bring ourselves down to a measly 40% and bring all that up there. We have one more point, boop, and good. All right, we'll try that. We're not gonna crit chance at all. Okay, it's gonna get real bad in that regard, but maybe we'll be able to survive. Do not sell junk. Refill ammunition. I always gotta like slow down and look at that every time. Also, my nose is getting all fucking sinusy. Berserker makes sense in order to keep enrage going as long as possible. Yeah, but to me, I guess I think just they need to address action skills, because I just noticed that nobody uses them besides Berserker's like spinny thing, which only works because it scales off of your melee impact, not off of ability damage, I don't think. Yeah, Stabbo is the most complete tree out of the bunch. Yeah, I agree with that. That feels like it makes sense. Plus is honestly also Graveborn. Graveborn also feels like it's very it sequences really well. Granted, everyone thought it's, including myself, I thought its capstone was going to be pretty huge, and it's just that there's so many, like, again, all the kill skills seem like they don't do enough, like for being like on kill, which is you're acting with the first, like, in order to get the ball rolling, you're acting in a loss until you get that kill. So it's kind of like this should actually be rewarding you with a good bit, you know. Since you can fire and forget, leave it, and the length of a duration, 15 seconds for enrage, it comes back, only have a short cooldown to throw. Yeah, the Clawbringer's like throwable hammer really works with enrage or Berserker, I think, really well. You say that, but one of the first hotfixes was burying liquid cooling. Does anyone use that pistol anymore? Yeah, that's true. So it wouldn't put it past them to cripple an overkill a weapon before bringing the rest of the equivalent up to par in the following hotfix. Maybe, but then they also did things like the sword explosion, which people also were pissed off about. Which to me, I thought like, okay, let's come on, relax. But people were upset with the sword explosion being like, how did you not think that this weapon that was going to be broken or make it the only viable legendary? And I was like, oh my god. Yeah, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I agree with that sense. That seems a little bit too much, you know. What am I doing? We are. Oh, I want to see if the dark. I think we did. It seemed like it was fine. Yeah, the dark magic pixie. I wanted to play stupid and see if we could like damage ourselves. Essentially, if we could like go down. Chuck these. Activate this. And then we'll do this, I guess. We'll just kind of try to stand here. In fact, maybe we want to walk towards enemies that will deal damage to us. Chuck some more of these. 1, 2, 3. Even though there's no longer the cap anymore. Oh, are you gonna damage me? What if I shoot you a little bit or punch you? No, we went down. So while we were playing stupid, let's play a little bit smarter. We are doing a lot of cryo things, so it's important that we make sure to do that. Yeah, no, a lot of our damage does come from, I mean, it's about to come back. Also, granted, I think the necklace that we have is the cooldown one. Yes, so maybe we do want anything that we can cast rapidly. This has like 8-second cooldown, which is nuts. And also gives us some survivability if we get close, so maybe we want to do that in combination with just basically casting a bunch of our abilities to get our action skill back. have this weird sequence of making sure we keep our action skills or our spells only until our thing is gone. So as soon as that's gone, now we're gonna activate this. Get a little bit. I don't feel like we got fucking anything back for doing that. Maybe a little bit. Let's go back to cryo. Also, it helps that this is primordial, so this is like super scaling essentially. The weapon type thing. Fluff says, as the knight archetype, it makes sense that the Clawbringer isn't a strong damage dealer, but it had some ideal crises. Huh? Yeah. To me, I don't know. I don't think the tank role. Like, I think there's a reason why the tank role is the most, like, it's a meme, but it's like the most underplayed character type in the world. Same thing as support characters. Support characters are usually played heavily in games in which they are competitive and in which they are needed essentially in order to win. Like if you keep taking L's and then the only difference between your team and their team is that some magical human being on the other team tends to play support all the time and is drastically reducing all of your effort, then it works. But I don't know if that's your information as a game developer of like, oh, this is like one of the most least played characters in the entire game. I think you are obligated to find out a way to make people desire to play it, and not just say like, oh, here's a bunch of shield stuff. I mean, I guess in Wonderlands it's a little bit of a it's a little bit of a different point of view, because you can technically. Play a different subclass, so you can just play the tank class as like having some survivability, and then you can invest in like the highest DPS class that's available and balance you out a little bit. But I don't know if, because in my experience, most people will just find another way to solve the problem. So if I could somehow invest in 2 damage classes, and then find any way in which I cannot die, whether that's healing through dark magic constantly or just having movement speed to the point where like most enemies can't hit me, then I think seemingly everybody, like I haven't seen many people who have made a Clawbringer, and even if I haven't seen many people seek that build out. And it's weird because it's like it's not even like if someone was saying that this is the most cracked build on the planet, I still don't know if it would be the most hunted build. Like I don't know if people would still fight to go look at it, which is a shame, because I think there's a lot of good Clawbringer builds I've seen out there. Moxie made the one that I think Fluffy uses quite a lot, but yeah. Like I think the same thing could be said for like support characters. Like I think in some cases people are obligated to make them excessively strong, or like at least worthy to be strong. Like to me, that's one of the things that I always thought was such a missed opportunity, which is if you're playing a support character, why not allow like like for you there to be some sort of like management system, because there clearly is something like that exists within Wonderland called Echo, which basically it takes all the damage that's relative besides. What is it, like it takes like gun damage or something like that, some damage type that's dealt, and it allows you to pay it forward within a melee attack. So why not, like, all of your support abilities, all the damage dealt by your other support characters, why not give yourself like 5 stacks of all of that damage, so you can just go bip bip bip, and that can be like something where like you could just let your tank or your DPS just fill you up essentially. That sounds horrible. Just let DPS just juice you to the gills. Also sounds horrible. Just make you real powerful, and then you just delete people with a couple waves of your fingers. You know what I mean? And the same thing with the tank one. The best like tank thing that I've seen in video game was, but also I think there has to be like a thing where you actually take damage. Like it kind of existed for Athena, but I remember playing Dragon Age. Dragon Age had one of the Dragon Age games. I don't know which one it was, but basically when you blocked, you started like gaining shield density or something like that. It was like you gained resistance, and then the more of that like currency that you accumulated, you spent on like buffing your other characters or buffing you. So it was like this idea of like if you soak in damage, you can just get a stupid surge of damage. But I think also the thing that makes tanks so fucking stupid in games is that it takes such a long time for you to get aggro. So like you're sitting there like hit me, and that like 3 seconds of sitting there like please, it kills it for so many people. Because you're like literally just a dummy sitting there like, can you hit? What, am I masochist? What's happening? You know? Which is why people like the Berserker thing, where it's like, okay, at least me dealing damage and like hurting things, it revs up with me attacking. So there's none of that latency thing. So yeah. This, spinnies, and then this. Oh, look at me with my little, like, weirdness. Stop it. I hate it so much. I want to punch my computer screen every time. Sorry, I'm so mad. It's a stupid thing, but it's just such... I hear all the time. Anyways, sorry. A Clawbringer was a mess from the start, but it feels good now as a resilient, melee-leaning elementist. That's a good way to think about it. Yeah. I think from all my knowledge, it seems like Clawbringer's in a better place. I do think so much. The reason why I would say that, I feel that he seems like he's in a better place, but he's still a mess, is because so much of his skills to me seem pointless. Like, a lot of his skills, in my experience, like we just used. All of his wyvern skills seem absolutely not even scaled at all. And maybe it's because I'm not scaling a shit ton of companion damage. Maybe they scale off of ability damage. I don't know. But to not see anything from a character that should have some things going for it. Yeah. So to me, it's some skills in the Clawbringer or in the Clawbringer tree seem to work, but other skills seem to be fundamentally not working at all, And I think the majority are not working. I would determine that to be it's just not hitting hard, or even near what other things are hitting. And it's also not giving you a support buff. It's a lot of the wyvern things are specifically exclusive to the wyvern, Also, what's good? Gruntled says, Thorg and Spore Warden don't work correctly. What's the? Oh, you mean Surge? Surge and Spore Warden don't work correctly. It only seems to reduce the action skill cooldown twice. Someone on Reddit narrowed it down to Spore Warden interaction. Oh, okay. So is that what was happening? Oh no, you're talking about the amulet. The amulet. Okay, so the amulet doesn't work. Okay. Oh, that's what it's called. Thank you, Grunt. I had no idea what the amulet was called off the top of my head. So the amulet only works for 2 casts, and then it gets you back. Man, is that the same thing where it permanently breaks, or is this a cycle? So you can only use 2 reductions, and then it comes back. And then when you use your action skill, it comes back again, or is that does it just break? There's another necklace that has ricochet that breaks, that they recently introduced. Thank you for telling me. Fluff says, heck, I wound up becoming a healer in Conan Exile server I joined the other day, due to the factor I picked coming with a stronger staff and healings. But gotcha, smart man, smart. Again, healers are needed. I just think that they are built to be, in a lot of cases, lesser. Oh, you're buffing up this character's damage a lot? That means you yourself are going to be absolute shit. You need somebody to be keeping you alive. That's fine when you can have, there's companions in games where you can, just super surge them. And that can kind of act as a placeholder for your friends when they're not there, But otherwise, it kind of seems like you're what the hell, man? There should be some sort of currency, a give and take. So if I'm giving a lot, making you buff as hell, I should be feeding on the damage that you're dealing and being able to deliver it back on enemies. And not just once, but have a fistful of snaps that can basically crater somebody. Fluff says, but the things like Lutheran's favor is more flashy. Low substance, but Storm Smite is a good place now. Recently adjusted my build to use Clawbringer's Capstone again. Okay. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, what does Clawbringer's Capstone work as? Does it have... Oh, I don't remember what it is, Fluff. Maybe you'll be able to type it in the chat. But yeah, Clawbringer has a... the capstone, I think, is a detonation type thing, so it can be detonated multiple times. I don't know what it's from, though. I thought it was I thought it might have been dealing damage, but maybe not. And after the hotfix, also Grunted says, I think it works. It works in okay, so it's just you only get 2 favors of detonation. Okay, well I have a spell that has it's summoned for 2 meteors, so maybe I should save that, cast both of those, and do that. But I still just don't know if abilities are in such a good place. I think I'm still gonna build it. I don't know if it's gonna be satisfying, because there's still that feeling I have where like when you stop using the spell, like it's really kind of like janky a little bit. And maybe when we have all the damage in line and we have all the things, maybe I can take a loss in my damage going down Spore Warden, and I can go down Berserker and get the like ability to, when you do damage or kill things, you either extend your duration or you you get a cooldown reduction on your action skill. Maybe that. And even after the fix to Awe to function like all the other crit buffs, it's a worthwhile late skill to use. Yeah. It depends on the game. Final Fantasy XIV healers have some game-changing options that aren't just buffing or reviving the team. It still prefer playing the tanky support, the front line, and the bolstering the team. I don't know what I'd rather be in terms of where I would rather find myself. I don't think it's DPS. I guess mine would be like, I don't know. I guess I like the character that we're kind of playing in a way. Like I like the idea of momentum and to me an ideal character would be like a summoner character that like as you got kills and as you dealt damage, well, let's say dealt damage, with whatever damage sources that you could have, whether it's like pixies in this game, you'd have like a gauntlet that had like phases of triggers essentially. So you could either you'd expend your souls or something like that, and you would cast like a tiny skeleton or maybe 2 or 3 skeletons, or you could wait and build up more currency and then snap your fingers and summon like a giant ogre, or you could summon even more and then just fucking and just lay that to me is the kind of like I don't know, there's not many games that have that like currency system, like the feeling of like no I'm gonna buy, like a strategist in a way, like you're gonna bide my time, I'm gonna build up some momentum, and then I'm just gonna like crumble you, because a lot of times it's like okay and now you're done. Like there's nothing, there needs to be some sort of momentum being done, whereas like I think what they would be like is okay, but you can't recover, or you can't gain any more souls or money or whatever if your big enemy is on the field. It's like, so then I'm just like, what happens when the enemy's gone and I have no reserve, then my momentum is just gone, so I'm building to a point and I just crash. It's like, no, you should have something built into where you keep revving up essentially, you know, like it's a conquest momentum based character, you know. But not a lot of characters, not a lot of people do that in my perspective, in a way that feels satisfying, you know. And now it probably leaves a fire and lightning patch but the initial bolt are where the damage is done. Okay. Storm Smite calls down an electric bolt from the sky, activating an action skill use with no cooldown anymore, thanks to the various buffs and hot fixes. Okay. So there seems like a weird synergy with that and Seems like there's a weird synergy with that with the barrage. With barrage and that stuff. Part of me wants to mess around with that before we leave. before we leave, I want to look at that actually. You know, we just got everything in the right alignment. Anyway, before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, we're already a little bit over time. I just want to see what that looks like. So if we go with Clawbringer again, and we go all the way down to Capstone weirdness, again, I guess we'll go with gun damage, because I think that's what our pixies can count as. Max ward capacity. No melee damage. Sure, we'll go with action skill stuff. Elemental damage. This too. Firebolt, we'll get both of these. Wyvern damage, why not? Fire damage. After dealing fire damage, the Fate Maker gains increased critical hit chance for a short time. Sure, I don't really know if we want that, but why not? Sure. We'll grab this. So, again, it's activation of an action skill. So, we're going to use Barrage. We're going to use... Well, so, actually, we shouldn't have got that. Because I forgot we're not getting... we're going to be able to have unlimited barrages. We will get gun damage. Yeah, because pixies pay off gun damage. I don't think they count as companions, but maybe. I thought we tested that one time, but they made us fix that again, like I said. Ability damage should be good for this. Also, might scale up this. Yeah, it saves ability damage. Also cast down 4 bolts. Let's test this one more time. I will do this. I'll get all this. It's good movement and damage stuff. We'll get this, why not? And we'll get that. Okay, good. Really quick, before we call it, let's run back to the thing. Back out and jump over here. The last thing we'll try today, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Undead says, usually all games with classes, I usually get stuck with support. Yes, but you're valued and appreciated, my man. It's like, come on, we need you in the trenches. I'm the same way, man. Although, I always like when, like, Overwatch did a surprisingly good job. Battleborn did an amazing job at making almost all of the, like, healers amazing. Like, you could put down, like, little turrets or little, like, Cleese was fucking awesome. Like, you could heal people if they were around you. You could, like, punish people if they pushed in. You could also put down, like, a bunch of these little, like, tethers that just helped you immensely. It was so good. Also, what is happening with the UI on my screen? Okay. Holy shit. There's a lot happening on screen. Oh, also, we have no... Oh no. Oh, no. SMG, something. Oh, no. There we go. Good enough. We just need to be able to shoot. Shoot, throw. This. I mean, the fucking melee is not really working. It's attacking a foot above where enemies are. Oh, it could have been so good. What the hell is happening? Or is it hitting them? And I'm just... I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of working if only they actually hit. Or maybe this is what Fluff was saying, where it just puts a pool on the ground, but it doesn't actually, like, hurt them. I don't... It looks cool. It looks incredibly flashy, but no damage. And we're buffing ability damage, too, with our Spore Warden skill. Not as much as we could, but something. Huh. Also, we're doing fire damage, so we're also detonating critical chance or something like that. Yeah, I'm just getting sad by, like, it seems like they're not, like, I don't see a dot behind him. Damn it. Oh, my tummy's growling. I'm gonna eat. Boom. Come on. Nothing. Oh. Well, it could also be better if I had my pixies going, or my guns with wings, just to see. Yeah, because... I mean, that, yeah, well, I think it's just our spell also is nuts. But, ladies and gentlemen, that was interesting. Again, if they ever fix that to where that actually... Was that not working, Fluff, or was it that putting a thing below them that I just never seen? Because that looked kind of horrible for me a little bit. If they fix that to make it so that it actually seems like it hits properly, I'll be game. There we go. No, open your eyes. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been nothing shy of absolutely brilliant. There'll be a Let It Die video coming on out instantaneously as soon as the stream is done. But yes, I'm off to go eat and work out. Let me catch up on chat before I leave you. If you play something like Dota 2, you'll enjoy the likes of Necromancer, having a sea of skeletons alongside powerful big summons via the golems. Yes, that sounds awesome. Although the style of game is leaves a little bit to be desired. It's very much a ramp up play style. I like to play stuff with utility that aren't just self buffers, keeping the time alive. Doing more damage or having fun, effective crowd control, freezing, stuff like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Mega tank, especially in Granite's Fight, Druid, stuff like that. Nice. Latter being the most unorthodox, but fits me well. Okay. I like having the option of doing electricity, lightning, tech theme, class choice naturally guides me to playing druid, shaman, or something like paladin. I see. Yeah. It seems like you're like the utility. Utility describes what it seems like for me. Like, what do you like? Oh, I love. Kid Ultra. Kid Ultra was also insane. Kid Ultra and Battleborn, one of my favorite characters, and they're definitely favorite DLC. Yeah, man. Kid Ultra was nuts. Kid Ultra came out like hot, real fucking like crazy damage killing. I think it's been weird on this map. It strikes the floor above. Storm Smite is a status effect damage benefit. I think Wildfire has different focus for its damage, as we've had some Wildfire players that do amazing damage. I will strike enemies in upon the floor. I think this area is bad. Okay, gotcha. So some areas just don't work. Gotcha. It also is a way to strike areas. Oh, I think that, yeah, it attacks area, because it does look like you hit once and then it just hits a bunch of enemies. Also, if I had more of a status build, yeah, part of me wondered. Well, no, you need Barrage. So I was about to say, well, maybe you could go Stabbo and get like King of Status and King of the effect, but you need Barrage, so shitty. Unless they have another enchantment later down the line that resets action skills. That'd be nice. That'd be so nice. Especially that'd be a way to like have it so that your action skills wouldn't really be needed. Like if you had a way to reset like Vortex, that would just be a nice status of applying cold to enemies, you know? But Red says good night everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. There's a Let It Die video coming down the pipeline. Please go give that video some love if you can. Thank you kindly for your time. Hopefully I can see you guys again over tomorrow. It's at YouTube as well, because today is Thursday. It feels like Friday for me. But I have to go edit a video, exercise, and have a busy night ahead of me. Hopefully enjoy the rest of your time on the channel, and hopefully watch the new video. And yes, good night, goodbye, appreciate you, and yeah.